Aloha! Welcome back to DeFi Tactics. Remember, this is not financial advice. Do not make any financial decisions based on my word alone. Always do your own research. With that said, today we're going to discuss the experimental finance. We're going to discuss providing liquidity on FlareX with our ExFi tokens. We're also going to discuss the SFIN rewards in the different FlareFarm pools and the differences between the single token pools and dual token pools and the different risks and benefits that come with those. Let's get to it. I want to start off by saying please be aware of any scam sites that are popping off. The only actual legitimate site is what I'm going to link in the description below, and it's xfx.flr.finance. Anything other than that for FlareX or XFF for FlareFarm or XFL for Flare Loans, anything other than that is a scam. Don't connect to it. Please do not fall victim to that. So we're currently on the main FlareX swap page. Currently, I've got it set for the Songbird Canary Dollar swap pair. However, what we're going to do is we're going to add some liquidity using ExFi and Songbird. And we're going to do that by going up to the liquidity tab at the very top here and clicking that. As you can see, we've got 4 different liquidity pools that we can provide liquidity to. Well, 3, and then a 4th, as you can see at the bottom. We've got the Songbird Canary Dollar liquidity pool. We've got the Canary Dollar ExFi liquidity pool, the Songbird ExFi liquidity pool, and then at the bottom we have an SFIN Canary Dollar liquidity pool. Remember, when we're participating in liquidity pools, we need to understand and realize there's the risk of impermanent loss. This happens anytime you enter a liquidity pool and the price changes from when you entered and exit the liquidity pool. So from here, we're going to add some liquidity in the Songbird ExFi liquidity pool. We're then going to switch over to the farm and stake that in the FlareFarm in order to earn SFIN. Remember, SFIN is the primary governance token on the Flare Finance or Songbird Finance platform. So on the right-hand side, you can see it says provide liquidity. Remember, we're going to go into the Songbird ExFi liquidity pool. So we're going to click the provide liquidity button. And there's still a little UI glitch here. As you can see, there's some overlap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink this this interface here and bring it up so it's sitting like that. So now, as you can see, we've got 0.0111 ExFi tokens. We also have 44.0902 Songbird. Now, in order to do this, we need to provide 50% of each token. So what I'm going to do is put in the ExFi token amount in this bottom field here of 0.0111. As you can see, it auto-populated. We've got 1.23 and a whole bunch of change Songbird tokens. So 50% of this liquidity pool token is going to be the ExFi token, and 50% is going to be the Songbird token. So I'm going to approve first this ExFi liquidity pool, and I'm going to confirm and sign this transaction. And we got a successful transaction. We always have to provide first approval before we can interact. So now we're going to actually provide the liquidity by clicking the provide liquidity button. We're going to go up here to the top. We are going to confirm the transaction. We got a successful transaction, and now you can see on this screen here, let me maximize it here. Now you can see that at the very top, we've got the Songbird ExFi liquidity pool, and we have a total of 0.1165 liquidity pool tokens, which is made up of 1.2346 Songbird and 0.0110 ExFi. If we want to switch to a view where we can just see the one we're in, we can click the My Pools button up here, and that'll bring it so it narrows it down to what we have and what liquidity pools we're participating in. If we want to change our stake by either adding more ExFi or removing some of this liquidity, we can click the Change Stake button here and click Remove, and then we can play around with the slider to remove however much we want to. Remember, since it's the first time doing it, we're going to need to approve the removal, and then we'll be able to actually remove it. However, I'm not going to remove it just yet because we're going to play around with it in the FlareFarm. If you're getting anything out of this video, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe button and left me a comment in the comment section below. Also, I've got a link for an uncensored Telegram group chat in the description of this video. This is where different community members can help out each other and ask questions and answer other questions. It's a great resource, especially when we're learning about this new platform and network. So here we are in the FlareFarm. As you can see, there are a whole bunch of pools that were not here the other day that have now populated since we've got the ExFi token airdrop. Just running through these pools, we have a single token SFIN, a single token ExFi, single token Wrapped Songbird, a single token Canary Dollar liquidity pool. All of these are earning rewards in the form of SFIN. We then have dual token pools of Songbird Canary Dollar, SFIN Canary Dollar, ExFi Canary Dollar, ExFi Songbird. This last pool on the right here is the DFLR reward pool that has finished a few days ago. Going back to the top now, remember we added liquidity to the Songbird and ExFi liquidity pool. So we need to stake that liquidity pool token in the Songbird ExFi farm pool. So now we can see the ExFi Songbird pool on the FlareFarm. Remember, we need to allow first before we can do anything. So in each instance of these different pools, we need to allow access to our wallet. We need to allow that access before we can actually interact with the smart contract. So I'm going to click allow, and then when the MetaMask prompt comes up, I'm going to confirm, and you'll see we get a successful transaction. And now we can see down here that allow button changed to a start staking button. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click that start staking button, and that's going to bring me to this screen. This is where I can add the liquidity pool tokens that we received in the first part of this video, because remember, in these dual token pools, we're actually staking the liquidity pool token, not the individual tokens that are shown there. So since we provided the ExFi and Songbird as liquidity into the ExFi Songbird liquidity pool, we received 0.1165 and some change liquidity pool tokens. This is where we can stake them, so I'm going to slide this slider all the way to the right, and I'm going to stake the ExFi Songbird liquidity pool tokens. We're going to go up to this MetaMask prompt and click confirm and wait for confirmation. We got a successful transaction, as you can see up at the top with the little green go ahead. And now that bumped the pool that we're participating in up to the top. So the first pool we now see up here is the one we're participating in, which is the ExFi Songbird pool on FlareFarm. If we go to the top, we can click My Portfolio, and that'll show just the pools that we're participating in. So switching back to the main FlareFarm page where all the pools are shown, I want to highlight that even though these are all pools with rewards in the form of SFIN, you can see there's rewards at different rates. We can see the SFIN single token staking pool is sitting with a reward rate of 0.1369 SFIN per day distributed to the entire pool. Then we have the ExFi and the Wrapped Songbird single token pools. That has a distribution or reward rate of 0.2739 SFIN per day. Then right smack dab in the middle, we have the Canary Dollar single token pool sitting with a reward rate of 0.0684 SFIN per day, distributed to the entire pool. Then scrolling back to the top, in the pool that we're staked in, the ExFi Songbird, and then scrolling down, we can see the Songbird Canary Dollar and the ExFi Canary Dollar and the SFIN Canary Dollar pools. Those have a reward rate sitting at 0.4109 SFIN per day. Now, why are these reward rates so different? Why is the single token Canary Dollar pool have a reward rate of 0.0684 when the Songbird Canary Dollar pool on FlareFarm has a reward rate of 0.4109? It comes down to the risk on these different pools. Staking a single token in a pool, there's no risk of impermanent loss. So let's talk about the Canary Dollar single token pool on FlareFarm. Canary Dollar is a stablecoin. This means there's no risk of impermanent loss because it's a single token pool. It's also a stable coin, meaning there's no risk in market fluctuations. The canary dollar is going to be pegged right around $1, so there's no risk of market volatility, and there's also no risk of impermanent loss. This is why the reward rate is a lot lower for this single token canary dollar pool. Going to the Wrapped Songbird and the ExFi token, single token pools, we can see that the reward rate is a little bit higher, sitting at 0.2739 SFIN per day for staking just ExFi or just Wrapped Songbird. Again, this is a single token pool, so the rewards are less than dual token pools. However, this is also higher than the canary dollar single token pool because we have to deal with market fluctuations or market volatility. So while canary dollar is going to be pegged to right around $1, Wrapped Songbird and ExFi, those prices are going to go up and down. So that's why these single token pools, the reward rates are higher than the canary dollar single token pool. However, even the single token Wrapped Songbird and single token ExFi, those pools are still lower than these dual token pools. SFIN Canary Dollar, ExFi Canary Dollar, the one we're in, sitting in ExFi Songbird, those have a reward rate of 0.4109 SFIN per day. These dual token pools have the highest reward rate because not only do participants need to worry about market volatility with the price going up and down, participants in these dual token pools also have to worry about impermanent loss. So these higher reward rates ultimately help to incentivize people participating in the liquidity pools and providing that liquidity. It's a way to help mitigate some of that impermanent loss that participants in the liquidity pools ultimately will see. So while the dual token pools have a higher reward rate, they also come with more risk. While these single token pools have a moderate reward rate like ExFi or Wrapped Songbird, again, we still have to worry about market volatility with the price going up, price going down. And then this canary dollar single token pool, which has the lowest reward rate, is also the safest, as in it's a stable coin. We can expect the price to remain stable. So that's why ultimately the reward rate is the lowest for that pool. However, I do like the fact that they have put into the farm a wide range of different pools that vary in risk level and risk tolerance. This can allow more people to participate with different risk tolerances because they can participate in just the canary dollar single token pool if they want to be very, very low risk, or they can participate in something a little more risky like just staking the ExFi, or they can participate in something with higher risk such as the ExFi Songbird. And they're rewarded and compensated accordingly because these reward rates for these dual token pools, which are higher risk, are also higher, as in the reward rate is also accordingly higher for the higher risk. So I want to highlight SFIN and the fact that there's only going to be 11,000 SFIN ever. 8,000 of those SFIN are going to be distributed through the FlareFarm in these different liquidity pools, or single or dual token pools. But because there's only 8,000 being distributed that way, that's why these reward rates are sitting at under 1 SFIN per day. Because the total supply is so scarce, that's why these reward rates are sitting where they're at. So for me personally, I'm not expecting to see, since I've staked 0.1165 of a liquidity pool token in the ExFi Songbird pool on the farm, I'm personally not expecting to see anything tick up here for a little while. This is because we can see the total amount staked is sitting at 879,297 ExFi Songbird liquidity pool tokens. However, everybody's starting with different amounts. So just because I'm starting with this amount doesn't necessarily mean it's not worth participating at all. Eventually, when SFIN becomes the primary governance token and they launch the governance module, by earning SFIN now, I will be able to vote, and you all will be able to vote, and we all will be able to vote and steer the course of this platform in the future. So that about wraps it up for this video. Again, I just wanted to go over how we can add liquidity with the ExFi and some of these other tokens. I also wanted to show how we actually go about staking in the FlareFarm pools. I also wanted to touch base on the differences between these pools and the single and dual token pools on the farm. And lastly, I just wanted to touch base on the actual reward SFIN and what that means for the overall platform as a whole. As always, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. We'll catch you next time on DeFi Tactics. I also want to give a shout out to all of my patrons on Patreon. I genuinely appreciate the support. Thank you all. I'm trying to get out as much good content as I can for you all, and we're going to hit this new year. We're going to hit it hard, and we're going to get as much money as we can. Aloha. As you can see, we've got 4 different liquidity pools that we can provide liquidity tool. Tool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the Start Staking button, and then since I already... Now, why are these pool rates... Now, why are these pool... I said it again. Canary dollar is a stable coin. There's not even risk of the market fluctuating.